and welcome to your tutorial to get rid of tight hips. Now, tight hips is a major problem for probably 95% of the population, mainly because we spend most of our time sitting, so the front of the hip flexors are getting shorter and we don't usually come up and stretch them out until we stand up after a long day. Hop on your mat, grab 2 yoga blocks if you've got them, a pillow for the end, a blanket for the end, whatever you need to get cozy, and let's get started. We're going to start in child's pose, extended child's pose. So the knees are wide, the big toes are together. If you want to grab a cushion to sit on here, you can do. If not, just come all the way down, rest the forehead, rest the arms on the ground. Once you get there, take a big deep breath into the belly, let it expand. And a nice long exhale out. Just feel the body get really heavy and relaxed. And just let each inhale go a little bit deeper, filling the lungs and the belly. And each exhale get a little bit longer so you can soften and relax the weight of the body into the mat. When I first started practicing yoga, my hips were so tight that being in child's pose for more than 30 seconds almost made my hips feel a little bit tighter, so don't worry if you have to come up and out, give them a stretch and come back down into it. But just see how much you can relax here to start, see how deep you can make your breath. And just listen to what your body is telling you. Anywhere you feel tightness or tension, anywhere that feels a little bit open. What can you feel stretching as you breathe in? Maybe the shoulders, the skin of the upper back. And can you feel your body relaxing as you breathe out? Taking a few breaths here to start in stillness, and while you breathe in, I just want you to think of the intention that you want to set for your practice today. What do you intend to get out of this time together? Why are you here? What are we doing? So just take a minute to think about that as you breathe. Once you've got that intention, take another big deep breath into it. And a nice long breath out. And straight away we're going to lift the head up, walk the hands over to the left to take a side stretch, rest the arms back down, rest the head back down. Breathing into the right side of the body, the ribs, feel that stretch. I'm going to take 3 deep breaths here and then switch sides. On your last exhale, lifting the head and walking the hands over to the right side. Same again, rest down, 3 deep breaths. And then again on the last exhale, lifting the head, bring the body back to center, back to your child's pose. So we're going to come forward onto all fours and then drop the hips down towards cobra pose. Just let them stretch out. Maybe you need to go nice and slow. Maybe you wiggle them side to side slightly. Maybe you take a twist to look back past each shoulder, big breaths. Lengthening out the hips. And then we press back up to that tabletop position, hands under shoulders, knees under hips, and we're going to take some circles around the hip joint. Left leg first, bend the knee, lift the leg up. This is the starting position. We don't want to lift up too far that we're tilting over to one side. If you have a yoga block, you can place that on the lower back, and we're not letting that yoga block drop. So then drawing the circles with the kneecap, that's what I want you to imagine. So it comes all the way out to the side, around, in and up, around, in and up, pushing strong through the arms here, engage the core, keep the breath nice and deep. After this circle, I want you to go in the opposite direction, so lifting up and out first, laterally, and then around and in. You might feel your body tremble and shake, that's totally fine. Just moving around that ball and socket joint, just notice what you feel. Maybe there's a few cracks and pops. And then replace that knee down. Swapping sides, right leg, we lift up, around and in. Strong arms. One more circle in this direction. When the knees come together, reverse, up and out. Keep the breath nice and deep. One more big circle. Lovely. From here, left leg, inhale, lift it up, arch the spine. Exhale, round, bring the knee into the chest and then step the left foot forward to your low lunge. If you have yoga blocks, you can use them underneath the hands here. But make sure you're pushing down strong through that front foot, so it's not the hands and the wrists that are taking all the weight. And we're deepening into that lunge. So the right front hip is going to be stretching here. Hands are on the ground or blocks, or the hands are on the thigh. Now if the hips are feeling super tight, this might already be a deep stretch. So just breathe through it. The higher up you have your chest, the deeper that stretch will be. The deeper you can sink the hips down, the deeper the stretch will be. Just allowing the body to relax into it, allowing the breath to guide you into it. From here, left hand down on the ground or on a block, bringing it out to the side. The right arm comes up and over into a side stretch. Make sure that front leg stays in line. And we're just getting a little bit deeper into the hip. We're stretching up and across. Big breaths, nice and slow. Just listen to what your body's telling you. One more big breath here in your side stretch. Exhale, bring the hands back to where they were. And then we're going to walk it to lizard lunge. So the left foot steps out to the left, both hands in the middle. Take a breath here. And then we're going to curl the back toes under, lift the back knee, rock back and forth on the back toes, just easing into it a little bit more. And then drop the knee down, release the back toes. If you want to come down further and you have your blocks, you can stack 1 or 2 on top of each other and bring the forearms down onto the blocks. If not, and you feel like you have the room, you can bring the forearms down to the ground. From there, we can hold here and breathe, or we can let this left leg open out to the left. See how that feels. You can bring it out and in to find movement in the pose, or you can hold it open, or just keeping the foot flat, either on the forearms or on the hands. Deep breaths. If you're down on the forearms, slowly coming back up onto the hands. If the leg is open, bring the foot back down to close. We're going to curl the back toes under one more time, lift the back leg, take a breath. And release that knee down. Lifting the hips up and back, and then stepping that leg back. If you want to take a cobra pose here before we swap to the other side, you can. Let the shoulders relax down, take a breath. And then back up to tabletop. Opposite leg. Right leg, inhale, lift it up. Exhale, round knee up, up, up into the chest, and then step it forward to your lunge. Find your comfortable position first. Take a big breath when you get there. If you're struggling with balance, you can step the foot out to the side ever so slightly. Sinking the hips down, breathing into it, into the left front hip this time. Maybe this side is tighter, maybe it's more open. Listen to what your body is telling you. And deepen the breath. And then taking that side stretch, right hand on the ground or a block, left arm comes up and over. Front leg stays in front. The breath will be your best friend in these poses. Even though your hips might be screaming, I promise this is what they're asking for. So the deeper you breathe, the more the body will relax into the pose, the more the hips and the muscles will open. Two more breaths here, nice and slow. Exhale, bring the hands back down. Taking it to lizard lunge, walk the right foot out to the right, hands in front. Take a breath. Curling the back toes under, lift that back knee strong, squeeze the thigh and start to rock back and forth on the toes. drop the back knee down. Either stacking the blocks up for the forearms, see if you can come down on the forearms on this side. This leg is always tighter for me. So the left forearm comes down, but the right one is almost there. See what is best for you. If you prefer to stay up on the hands, absolutely do that. And then just see if this right leg wants to open out to the right, so you're coming onto the edge of the foot. Maybe it goes back and forth, maybe you hold it there. Wherever you are, deep, deep breaths. Two more. Exhale, coming back up onto the hands, bringing the foot back flat. Curl the back toes under, lift the back knee for one more breath. Exhale, drop it down, lift the hips open back, step that foot back. Maybe you want to sit back towards child's pose, maybe you want to come forward to cobra. Just to ease out of that stretch, take a big breath wherever you are. And then back to tabletop. Now we move to pigeon pose. If you haven't done pigeon pose before, grab a pillow or a yoga block. And from your tabletop position, the left knee slides forward between the hands. We kick the foot out to the right. Slide the back leg back. So we're sitting up in this pose. If you're starting to tilt off to one side, that's where the pillow and the yoga block comes in handy. We bring that under the left butt cheek to sit on top of. Take a big breath here, pushing the hands down, lifting the chest. And then exhale, come down onto the forearms. Again, use your blocks if you like, or straight down to the mat. And just notice where you can feel this stretch in the outer hip, the butt cheek. Feel free to close down the eyes as you focus on the breath, focus on that stretch. If you want to come all the way down, you can rest the head on a block, on your forearms, or on the mat. Just find which position feels best for you. Let the body soften and relax into it. Gently deepening the breath. Send those inhales down to the chest, down to the belly, down to wherever you feel that stretch the most. Feel that muscle opening and expanding, and then feel it softening and relaxing as you exhale. If the stretch is getting too deep, you can always come back up onto the hands and hold it from there. Or if you want to go deeper and eventually put the head down on the ground, you can. Listen to your body. And just notice that stretch changing with each deep breath you take. Maybe the body and the legs are relaxing into it a little bit more. Maybe you can feel the stretch getting deeper. Maybe you can feel any pain easing away. Just being aware of what's happening in your body. Last 3 breaths here, nice and slow, enjoy them. Coming back up onto the hands for the last breath if you're not there already. And then curling the back toes under, pushing into the knee to slide that left knee back. Again, if you want to take a cobra pose in between, you can. Slowly, slowly coming down, let that hip open back up. And then coming back up to tabletop to do the opposite leg. Right knee slides forward. Slide the back leg back. Use your cushion or your block under the right butt cheek if you feel like you need it. You'll only really need it if sitting up here is too deep of a stretch, or if you lift the hands and you roll onto the right side. If you can lift the hands and sit upright, you should be fine. Taking a breath here. Slowly coming down onto the forearms as you exhale. Just notice what this side feels like. Is it tighter? Is it more open than the left side? Slowing down the breath, deepening the breath. Just let the body get used to this pose, let it relax into it. After you've taken a few breaths here on the forearms, if you want to go all the way down, resting the head on the forearms or the head on a block or on the ground, you absolutely can. If you prefer to stay up on the hands, you absolutely can do that as well. Both sides of your body might not be the same. So if this side's a little bit tighter, don't push it, don't go too far. Just find where feels comfortable, but like a deep stretch. If there's any pain anywhere, adjust wherever you need to. Close down the eyes. Notice if the legs are tensing anywhere. Sometimes that back thigh wants to tense. Just let it relax and soften. The deeper you breathe, the more the body will open. The more the body will relax into it, the more the mind will relax. Last few breaths. Feel free to go deeper or back up onto the hands. Coming up onto the hands to take your last breath. And then pushing down into the hands to slide that knee back nice and slow. Feel free to just take any movement that feels good, going back, going forward. I like to do a little twist in the cobra. And then back to tabletop. So now we're going to go to frog pose, which is a very lovely but very deep stretch. So I like to use 2 pillows to pad underneath my knees. You can grab a blanket and fold that up, whatever feels best. But I like to use the pillows because I can slide them apart to go deeper. So the knees are on the pillows or the blanket. Hands come down in front, so like your tabletop position, but with the knees starting slightly wider. The feet are going to turn out to the side, so the inner edge of the foot is on the ground. From here, slide the knees apart to wherever you feel that good stretch. And you can use your yoga blocks here in front, which I should have said first, sorry, to rest the forearms onto. The forearms can go down onto the ground. See where feels best to start. The more you push your hips, your bum back behind you, the deeper the stretch is going to be. So just have a feel, get in your position, have a little play around and see where feels best for you. If you're eventually wanting to do the middle splits, this is a great practice, a great stretch to help you get there. And then just finding some small movements, leaning forward into the hands and then leaning back, pushing the hips back. Just moving nice and slow. Maybe you move with each breath. Inhaling to go forward. Exhaling to push the hips back. The further down you come onto the forearms, the deeper that stretch can be. So see what feels best for you in your hips today. Each day will be different. So don't worry about where your starting point is today. Just meet your body where it's at. If you prefer to hold in stillness instead of moving back and forth, hold as you push the hips back. Close the eyes, really big deep breaths while you're here. Deeper the stretch, deeper the breath. As the stretch gets deeper, let those breaths get deeper. I'm in it with you. I can feel it as well. Keep allowing the body to relax into it, soften into it. We're almost there. 5 more breaths, nice and slow. If you're on the forearms, coming up onto the hands for the last deep breath. Well done, you made it. Leaning forward into the hands, bring the big toes together in the middle, push back, bring the knees together. Take a minute for the legs to come back online. Maybe coming up onto the knees and taking a camel pose, so pushing the hands into the lower back to push the hips forward, just to lengthen the front of the hips again. Big breath. And release. Coming down onto the back now, so grab a cushion for your head. When you get down onto the back, hug both knees up into the chest, give them a squeeze, little rock side to side. And then plant the feet down. If the pigeon pose that we did was too deep of a stretch, we can do a reversed version while we're here on the back. So right ankle crosses over the top of the left knee. You can hold it here, pushing the knee open if that's enough, or right hand goes through the hole, left hand meets it, either grabbing the back of the hamstring or the front of the shin. The more you squeeze the legs up towards your face, the deeper that stretch will be. So we'll just take 3 breaths at each side in this stretch, just to see how this one feels. If you prefer pigeon pose or you prefer this figure 4 stretch on the back, you can practice whichever you prefer. As you exhale, release that left leg down and cross the right leg, swap sides. 3 deep breaths when you get there. If the elbow reaches the left thigh, you can push that open. Don't worry if it doesn't. And you can always take a sway side to side here, just to ease the muscle open. One more breath. Exhale, release the legs down. Butterfly pose, soles of the feet come together and the legs open wide. So your legs are in a diamond shape. You can use the blocks to pad underneath the outer legs. If that stretch is too deep, they can be up on the middle setting or they can be flat. See what works best for you today. Your legs might be trembling and shaking slightly, very normal. And just fully relax and surrender into this stretch. Maybe the arms go above the head, maybe they rest on the belly, maybe they go out by the sides. Take a deep breath. As you exhale, soften into it. Let the glute muscles relax, let the thighs relax, let the front of the hips open and surrender. This is a very nice resting pose because gravity does the stretch for you. So you could lay in this stretch and watch TV, do whatever you like if you want to multitask. And just keep bringing the awareness back to the breath. Deep inhales down to the belly, down to the hips. Feel them open and expand. Long exhales to soften into it a little bit more. Five deep breaths. Allow the jaw to relax. The jaw and the hips are connected, so the softer the jaw, the softer the hips. The arms are above the head, slowly start to bring them down. Bring the hands to the outer edges of the legs to help lift the knees back up together. Straighten the legs, reach the arms up, take a full body stretch. Exhale, relax. Come into your final resting pose, Shavasana. Take up as much room as you like. Let the legs open slightly, feet fall out, arms out. Feel free to pause the video here if you need to grab a blanket, something to pad underneath the knees so the lower back can relax. Your socks, your hoodie. And then coming down when you're comfortable, closing the eyes, taking a breath, and just feel the weight of the head resting down into the pillow. Allowing all the muscles in your face to soften, softening the forehead, the eyebrows, the muscles around the eyes, the cheeks and the jaw, softening down the throat. Feel the shoulders growing heavy, upper back melts into the ground. Softening the chest, feeling the weight of the arms pulling down. Relaxing the hands and the fingers. Softening the lower back and the stomach. Resting the weight of the hips, the pelvis, the glute muscles. Allowing the legs to be heavy, softening the thighs and the hamstrings. Down into the knees. Down into the calf muscles. Down into the ankles. Down into the feet and down into the toes. Take a gentle, deep breath. Let the body sink even further as you exhale. Just keeping the focus on the breath. Maybe just coming back to that intention that you set at the start of your practice. Maybe noticing how your body and your mind feels now compared to at the start. And just be gentle with the hips for the rest of the day today. Maybe you have a nice hot shower or a hot bath after this. You'll have a very nice sleep tonight now that you've released some tension, tightness, that energy. Five deep breaths in stillness and silence. Feel free to stay here as long as you like after this video has finished. If you're ready to close down your practice here, slowly start to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Slowly blinking the eyes open, reaching the arms up to take one last full body stretch, one more big deep breath. And then gently rolling over onto your side before pushing the body, pushing yourself back up to a seat. Well done, well done. I know deep hip stretches maybe a little bit challenging to do. It's mind over matter. But you can come back to this practice as many times as you want every day if you like, to help open up the hips, release that tension, and maybe eventually go to the splits if that's what you like. But check out my video on getting to the splits and I might meet you there. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any new videos coming out. Thank you for practicing with me. Namaste.